Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the AJW U905 specimen cabinet. This is a specimen cabinet. I have it here on my desk, and we're going to go over it. And I can tell you, this is the generally when I make a video, I'm already familiar with the product. Occasionally, I've never seen it before. Do a little bit of research. And then ready to make a video. I've made videos of every specimen pass-through cabinet that we sell, I think, and have come at long last to being able to review the AJW unit. I'm thrilled with my initial reaction to the unit itself. I get a really good sense that this is a unit that a lot of people should really consider. Why? Why is that the case? Well, first of all, it works very well. And I'm going to just describe all of that by example. The interlock of the two doors work really well. One door is open, you can't open the other. The other door is open, you can't open the first one. I like it. It works really rock solid. Includes a plastic spill tray on the inside, which is not necessarily the case for every specimen pass-through cabinet. I also like this because of the range of the wall thickness that it will work on. This unit has a great wall range, and it accomplishes that by the two telescoping wall flanges. So let's do this. Let's start with a description of the item in the description of the item below this video. Specimen pass-through cabinet. It's what they call recess mount. Well, it goes through the wall, obviously. 22 gauge stainless steel with a number 4 finish, and obviously all of this white you see here is just the peel away protective film. It's going to reveal a pristine stainless finish. Okay. Removable spill tray, we'll show you that in a moment. 2 heavy-duty piano hinges, we'll show you that when we get the unit opened. General specifications, 18 gauge stainless steel, exposed surfaces, number 4 satin finish. Self-closing doors, self-closing devices extend through the cabinet, working on a push-pull method of allowing one door to open when the other door is closed. Each door is equipped with a knob for easy opening. And what I like about it is the embossed name on the door, and it's on both doors. That is unique to AJW. Flanges, 22 gauge stainless, 1/4 inch returns. I'll show you that more in a moment. Adjustable, and here's the really awesome part: from 2 3/4 of thick of a wall, all the way out to 8 inch. Now, let's finish this. No visible seams or miters on the face of the flanges. Okay. It's going to be all one-piece construction is what they're saying. Heavy-duty, full-length stainless steel piano-type hinge. Overall size, 14 1/4 by 14 1/4 by 8 1/4 overall depth. We're going to review that too. Wall opening, 12 1/2 by 12 1/2. Adjustable to fit partitions, again, from 2 3/4 to 8 inch. Now, there is a link below this video to the tech sheet, and that will kind of be a guide. Much of it we've already covered. Let's go over the product now. I'm going to tip the camera down so that you can see less of me and more of this. I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Okay, so I've got the camera tipped down, and here we go. So this is what the front of the unit looks like. It looks the same as the back side, or whatever. Okay. Now, let's look at a cross-section view. You can see that I've got these flanges. I've got them flush to the outside of the cabinet, underneath my thumbs. Okay. Now, as those sit flush there, I'm going to grab my tape measure. If I have those flanges flush, you can see, even though the camera angle's funny, that's going to go all the way out to 8-inch, and you'll have a condition that your wall flanges are flush. So that's great. And the bottom line is things between 2 3/4 and 8-inch, you know, you will have an extremely odd wall if you cannot accommodate it with this range of wall thickness. Now you can see here in the end how they go about doing that. So your installation will obviously occur from the inside. When your door is open, you'll run a screw through the slots based on how far, and I realize that this is obvious to you, but nonetheless this is a video, based on how far this item is unwieldy. Because of its size. Okay, here we go. I think. Okay, here we go. I'm going to remove the one flange, so I'll show that to you next. You can get that all the way brought down so that you would have a flange like this. Then, of course, your other one is going to sit in here, and its tail will butt all the way to this end, where you'll screw it in. Now, some people say, well, you know, is that going to stick off the face of the wall then? Well, the answer is yes, of course it will, because the box is fixed. This dimension is fixed. So if your wall is 4 7/8, which is a typical wall thickness, you know, you're going to have the box's overall 8.5, which does not jive with their tech sheet. They say 8 1/4, and as I'm reading 8 1/4, their overall size 14 1/4, 14 1/4 by 8 1/4. That's wrong, and the reason I knew that it was wrong is because they say that their flanges have a 1/4 inch return. So if you can get out to 8-inch, this dimension's a 1/4 inch here. If you can get out to 8-inch, that means, you know, your box has to be 8.5. So that is incorrect on their drawing. Now, so the telescoping wall flanges is how you'll go about accommodating your wall. So if you've got a 4 7/8 thick wall, which would be fairly common, okay, you're going to have, you know, 8.5 minus 4 7/8, 8.5 minus 4.875 divided by 2. You're going to have 1 13/16 of the cabinet sticking out, but it'll look, you know, like 1 9/16 because you've got that 1/4 inch flange. So you'll have a little bit of the cabinet sticking out, you know, this much sticking out of the face of the wall. And conversely, you know, thinner wall, more sticking out. And I don't see why you couldn't tailor that to have it unequal. Now, let's go with some dimensions, some physical dimensions. They came out at 12 1/4 inch overall. And that is exactly right on. Your camera view doesn't really show it because of the angle. Well, no, it does. It's 12 1/4 wide. Definitely 12 1/4 tall, so that all is correct. Now, let's get an idea of what this box looks like on the inside. So right now, I have this door closed. When the door is closed on the one side, you are allowed to open this. I'm going to open this door. Okay, that's your interlock. Close the inside door or whatever, then you can open it. When this door is open, can't do that. Now, how that, if you're interested, no. There is a couple of gravity levers that are in here, so that when the latch of one door comes in, it makes one of the levers kick up, allowing the free operation of the opposite door. That's how that works. They talked about heavy-duty continuous hinge. It's back here, spot welded. Okay. Okay, I repositioned this to try to show you a better look at the hinge. It's just a continuous hinge that's in here, and it's very difficult to see, but it's a piano hinge made of stainless steel. You can see the design of it there in the edge. Okay. Also, they mentioned that the doors were self-closing, and that is accomplished by means of the springs that are in here, and you might even be able to hear them operate right up here. Okay, so there's one. Well, there's two springs, top and bottom. You can see them there, top and bottom. They are connected to each other. It's just like a storm door gate spring, which allows it to be self-closing. Okay. Now, that spill tray that we had discussed, it's taped down there, so I'm going to reach in and pull it out. Just a piece of plastic. Quite frankly, it strikes me as Tupperware. It is light gauge. Nonetheless, that's what it is. I mean, it really looks like a Tupperware lid, is the best way I can describe it. Okay. Let me give you an idea of what the dimensions are of the spill tray. 6 1/8 by about 8 3/4. Okay. About 3/4 inch. Okay, so covered the spill tray. Like I said, I'm really, dollar for dollar, this is a great unit. Now, back to our flanges. They are identical. You got your tab ears. Okay. For securing through. Now, speaking of securing it through, back to the cabinet. There are obviously the slots. That'll be on both sides of the cabinet. You're going to have a couple of holes up in the top, a couple of holes down in the bottom. Okay, I'm only calling it top or bottom because of the, well, it has to be top or bottom because of this, but also how the gravity lever arms work. Okay, so after having demonstrated the product, its physical components, its operation, what it's made up of, let's talk about installation. So easy to install. Basically a hole in a partition wall. You'll obviously need to box reinforce all around so that you can run your screws top, bottom, and your two sides. Coordinate installation with contractor or architect to avoid interference with pipes, vents, etc. Rough opening 12.5 by 12.5. That is correct because we measured it earlier at 12.25, so that give you a nice 1/8 of an inch margin all the way around. Depth of wall 2 3/4 to 8 inch. Remove adjustable flange from cabinet and insert into the opening. So what they're saying is, remove one of these so that you can slide it in, because when it ships, they're both going to be around the box itself. Install flange back onto the unit, making sure the flanges are secure to the wall surface, meaning just these will have to be on the sides, obviously. So when you get it onto the unit, push it down flush onto the wall. Secure the cabinet from the inside of the unit at the points indicated, which would be the holes here. I'm going to use like a trim head drywall screw, whatever. Not necessarily a trim head, but a small drywall screw. After the flange and cabinet are secured with proper fasteners, test the door operation. After you get the two flanges on and you get it all tightened down, make sure your doors operate correctly. One door should close while the other door opens. Place the drip tray or spill tray back into the cabinet, and you're done. It's really easy. These are sold often. The U905s sell a lot of them. 100% client satisfaction with the U905. When you compare it against other items, dollar for dollar, and wall thickness. Overall fit and finish, it's a great value. I would not hesitate to suggest anyone use it at any time. If you have any questions on the AJW, U905, or any other AJW product, who's a full-line manufacturer of all things Division 10 or commercial bathroom related, material that you'll see in light-duty applications, like a small retail situation, a teacher's lounge, all the way up to stuff that you'll see in hospitals, airports, high-volume sorts of applications. Good quality people, fast turnaround, responsive, good technical support, etc. Any questions on the U905 or any other AJW product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.